You can have degrees and they can land you into a big office. But emotional intelligence determines whether you're going to stay in the office or you'll be shown the way to get out. You can be beautiful. You can be handsome, God-given husband, God-given wife. But if you lack emotional intelligence, you will be frustrated in a godly marriage. You will be frustrated. You can be a powerful prayer warrior. When you pray, the angels, but without emotional intelligence, you will frustrate God's flock. What am I saying? I'm saying emotional intelligence is a universal skill that you will need in a church setup, at work, at home, everywhere, even at school. In a marriage, when you first got married, everything is romantic. Hey, babe, what do you like for dinner? Then they say anything. I don't mind. 5 years later, you realize that anything is not actually a food option. You suggest pizza? No. Chinese? No. Indian? No. At this point, you realize that you are not only choosing dinner, you are taking an examination where nobody gave you the study material. Learn to read the room. Self-awareness. Awareness of other people's emotions as well. Learn to read the room in a marriage. It means understanding your own feelings and your spouse's feelings. For example, when your spouse says, I'm fine. I'm talking about those who are in marriage for time for a reasonable number of years. When they say I'm fine, you know your husband. That's what I say. Reading the room is I am fine. Is you can tell that this is a good I am fine, or this I am fine calls for further investigation. If your husband says, or if your wife says, do whatever that you like, emotional intelligence will tell you that this is not necessarily freedom. It may actually be a multiple choice question with no correct answer. Empathy is another important factor of emotional intelligence. Sometimes your partner comes home and tells you, babe, this project didn't go well, blah, 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 blah. I missed the targets and. You being the wife, Mrs. Fix It All. I told you over the weekend that you need to stop. This poor man does not need a solution. He doesn't need a lecture. All he needs is a wife who will tell him, baby, let's try again. Baby, I know you can do it. Can you sleep over it and strategize? Is there anything that can I make you a cup of coffee? It's not every time when someone comes to you with a situation that they need a solution. There are other people who are so good at, making a plan. So if your spouse come at home with a situation, know to read the room. Do they want an encouragement? And stop using the I told you so. That I told you phrase has destroyed many people. It destroys even a relationship. Let your husband not be scared to come to you and say, babe, you know what? It didn't go well. Because he knows Mrs. Know-it-all is going to say, I told you so before. Even if you did, that's not the time. I told you so. Sounds good when you are cutting his nails. Aye, babe. But last time, how did it? When the environment is conducive. Not when the poor man is broken. Then you come up with your I told you so. Emotional intelligence is key. Join me in the masterclass when we speak about emotional intelligence in a marriage setup. I am Amazing Grace.